The best thing you can do to help people who are paycheck to paycheck is, A, not be one of them. If you're new to the channel, I'm Marcus, the Debt Free Dad, where we're talking finances, financial takes, financial topics, current events, attorney reactions, the whole nine. Disclaimer, licensed attorney, but this isn't legal or financial advice, just infotainment purposes. Need a professional? Go find one in your area. Now, let's get to the meat and potatoes. Y'all saw the title of this thumbnail. We have to keep it 100, okay? Hey, this is a channel where, it's all about transparency and giving real takes, real opinions. Everybody is not meant to have financial freedom. Damn, DFD, that's cold blooded. Yo, we have to be honest with it. We have to be honest with ourselves. That's like saying, yo, everybody is meant to have a six pack and be mad, ripped, and buff. No, it's impossible for everybody to have financial freedom, for everybody to be financially stable. Our society actually needs people to live paycheck to paycheck in order for society to thrive. Y'all ever hear the old saying? It's something that, my grandparents used to tell me: the best thing you could do for poor people is not be one of them. That same concept applies to people who live paycheck to paycheck. The best thing you can do to help people who are paycheck to paycheck is, A, not be one of them, and drop some gems if you could, if they willing to listen and all that other good stuff. But let's just think of it. A lot of times we just think of it like, yo, as much as I want this content to go out to everybody to see how, me and my family, how we paid off all of these debts and made moves to put ourselves in financial position. Let's just be honest and keep it real. Our economic system that we got here in the United States is not created for everyone to buy purchases in all cash, for everybody to have the Dave Ramsey approach. I mean, let's just look at some of the best businesses you got out there. Okay, let's look at Apple, Tesla. What percentage of revenue that's made by the top 20 Fortune 500 companies are based on actual credit? Let's look at Tesla. How many people y'all think are actually saving up to go buy a Tesla cash? That's not happening. I would probably guess probably 85, 90%, if not more, of Tesla's revenue is based on people utilizing credit to be able to afford these cars, because people aren't going to pay it cash. Even with Apple, you think, well, Apple. No. How many people who actually go buy their new iPhone 14, 15 that look exactly the same? It just has a new camera on it, a seventh camera. Like, people utilize debt to be able to make purchases. The way this society is set up, it's this economic system that's solely based on debt to move it. Let's just be honest. If I used my Thanos snap and tomorrow everybody had a certain amount of financial freedom and everybody was only going to use cash to pay for purchases, our stock market would collapse. The amount of time that it would take for a large segment of people to get to a position where they aren't living paycheck to paycheck, man, the stock market would be so damn unstable it would collapse, because you would have such a big loss of revenue going to the companies. Now, what does that mean for us, for the people who watching this video? It means that, hey, you have to be in the minority. You are in the minority of people who think different, who are going to do different things with their finances, who realize and value things more important than looking flashy and looking fly to impress people who don't even know you and probably only see you for 5 or 10 minutes, or for the time you're sitting at the damn stoplight while they're looking at you in your overpriced car. You have to think different. Our society is one based on consumption, is one based on credit, is one based on getting the latest and the greatest right now. I would probably say, I think statistically, somewhere between 65 to 70% of people live paycheck to paycheck. If we actually flip that number and said that only 30% of people live paycheck to paycheck, 70% of people are hardcore Dave Ramsey people, the economy would plummet, the stock market would collapse. It would be an utter mess. But it kind of sucks because some people have to be in financial despair. But that's kind of the system that we have. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. Am I reaching far on this one? Have y'all ever thought about this? Do you think that our economical system, how we operate here in the US, do you think our economy could actually strive if 80% of the population had good sound financial structure, were not living a paycheck to paycheck? I think that 65 to 75% of people who don't have $500 in a savings account, I think our economy is one that's thriving off of the backs of those type of people. And if those numbers were to change, if only if we went from 70% of people living paycheck to paycheck to 25% of people, it would just be a plummet in the stock market. Everybody who does all the investing would probably lose a lot of money because it would just be a culture shock to the system. So the big takeaway from this video is, unfortunately, there has to be people who are living paycheck to paycheck. But what that means for you is do what you need to do to definitely not be one of them. Trust me, I used to be a paycheck to paycheck person, and that shit wasn't fun. It wasn't fun at all. If you enjoyed this video, check out the video on the screen. There's going to be more content related to finances and attorney reactions.